everybody, and welcome back. In this segment, we'll be talking about income once again. What is included and what is not included in income. I'm Gail again, and I will be your host. Okay, so before we go there to what is income and what is not income, let me state or reiterate that Publication 4012, Volunteer Resource, and Publication 4491, VITA TCE Training Guides, are your friend. Use them for all of your research. As mentioned earlier, Publication 4012 is electronic only. However, the Publication 4491 remains in paper version. Both contain really good, useful information, and it's right there at your fingertips. When you go to the pages in 4012, Publication 4012 as references, you will see some actual screenshots of the TaxSlayer Pro online software, which VITA uses. The screenshots reflect what the page looks like for real. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop over to tab D, Income, in our Publication 4012. This screen represents examples of what is taxable income. So you can see I've highlighted a few things here: wages, salaries, bonuses, commissions, alimonies, capital or business incomes from self-employment, cash income, several gambling winnings. All of those items are considered taxable income or income items. You will also see the gains from winnings, as I said. You can look down a little bit further on the left-hand side. We talk about jury duties, IRA distributions, pensions, rewards, Social Security benefits. All of those things are considered income items. Now, for some examples of non-taxable income items, they are AFDC, or aid to families with dependent children. Child support is not a taxable income item. Death benefit payments, those are not taxable income items. Gifts, etc., etc. So, once again, you can always go to your Publication 4012, page D1, and pick up what is taxable income and what is not taxable income. This slide, I'm showing you once again the portions of the Form 1040. The top part of the slide is page 1 of the 1040. You've seen this before. The bottom part of the schedule is the portion from page 2, actually, of the 1040. Lines 1 through 5 references some of the taxable income items we saw on the What's Taxable chart, right? If we were to ask or to take a quick peek back at our Form 13614C, our Intake, Interview, and Quality Review sheet, page 2, part 2, we would find some items of income. This tells me if the taxpayer checks yes to any of those boxes, I should be looking for a source document or an informational document. For example, if the taxpayer checked yes to number 1, wages or salaries, in parentheses you will see a W-2. That is the source document you should be asking the taxpayer for. If the taxpayer checked yes on line item number 4, interest, dividends from checking or savings accounts, bonds, CDs, brokerage, in parentheses it says Forms 1099, INT, or 1099 DIV. Those are source documents that you should be asking the taxpayer for, and those source documents are what you use to input the data into the TaxSlayer Pro online software. This slide represents an actual W-2 source document. Our job, once again, is to input into the TaxSlayer Pro Online the information exactly as it's showing on the source document. No matter which source document is used, input all the information into TaxSlayer and let TaxSlayer do the work for you. I have arrowed some boxes, but just know all of the boxes, if they contain data, needs to be input into TaxSlayer. Now, this slide represents the Form 1099 INT and the 1099 DIV source documents. INT represents the interest document. DIV 1099 represents dividends and distributions documents. Some source documents typically include the amount paid to the recipient or the taxpayer, their SSNs or ITIN number, the federal income tax withheld, and all sorts of other important information that come into play on a tax return. Input the data into TaxSlayer just as it appears on these source documents. So, with that said, let's address item number 1. Wages, interest, and dividend. So, I've just now addressed line items 1, which are wages, 2, interest, and number 3, dividends. So now let's talk briefly about line item number 4, IRAs, pensions, and annuities, as well as line item number 5, Social Security benefits. I'm speaking of the lines on the 1040 return. Now, we've already seen the quick reference guide earlier. Remember where it's located? In the publication 4012, page D1. As you can see, I've highlighted a few of the retirement income items on the guide. Those are annuities, disability pensions, employer funded, IRA distributions, railroad retirements, pensions, and Social Security benefits. Now, referring back to the Form 13614C, our Intake, Interview, and Quality Review Sheet, Part 3, line items 10, 11, and 13 references some of those types of retirement income. This screenshot from TaxSlayer references retirement income items. You will also notice the Forms 1099-R and the SSA 1099 referred to here are also referenced on the Form 13614C, Part 3, right? Right. So there, now that you know which forms retirement income derives from, let's just take a look at the actual 1099-R and the SSA 1099 or the RRB 1099 so that you will recognize it when you see it. Hang in there with me. I'm going somewhere. Now, this slide represents the actual Form 1099-R distributions from pensions, annuities, retirements, or profit-sharing plans, IRAs, etc. Pay particular attention to boxes 2A and 2B, taxable amount and taxable amount not determined. If box 2A doesn't contain any data, and if the box taxable amount not determined is checked, we as tax preparers will need to figure out how much of the gross distribution amount from box 1 is taxable to the taxpayer by using the simplified method. TaxSlayer walks us through that process very well. Publication 4012, pages D30 through D34 provide screenshots of that process. That situation now comes up frequently at our VITA sites as well as in your advanced test certification. So once again, read the screen, ensure that all the data is correctly input to TaxSlayer. I realize this is a 2016 screenshot of the form SSA 1099. 2018, I think it's just kind of hard to come by right now. The form has not changed, however. Pay particular attention to the arrowed items once again. Box 2 is our beneficiary's Social Security number. Box 5 is the net benefits. And then box 6 is the voluntary federal income tax withheld amount. At this juncture, we have covered W-2 income items, wages, interest and dividend items, and retirement Social Security items. Well, let's leave it right there. We'll pick up with line 6, total income, to include other income from Schedule 1 of the Form 1040. We'll pick that up in the next segment. Thank you for joining me. Take care, everybody.